What's up, buddy? How you doing? You've been playing video games? Well, I haven't. Have I? Yeah, I have been playing some video games. What the fuck kind of intro is this? Well, I was trying to think what I wanted to say. I guess I wanted to say that I buy more video games than I actually have time to play, which I think is relevant to this conversation. Lately, the only time I have to play video games, although I am addicted to playing Magic cards online and another game which I will touch on a little later. But I shouldn't be playing video games. I gotta work. I gotta make money. I think a lot of you guys out here, you're adults. I don't know how much free time you possibly get. And when you get free time, I don't know, there's something weird. It feels weird to spend it alone playing video games. Maybe you can play video games with your friends and it's fun. Point is, I'm getting older. I don't have time for video games. And I definitely don't have time for... I was a huge fan of the Nintendo Switch. I'm a huge fan of video games. There's video games all over this place. But I've gotten to the point where I go, I am out of time. I'm out of money. I should not be spending money with this economy. And it's crazy to me. I remember when the first Switch came out. I pre-ordered it. I got in line. I got the new Zelda. They just announced Nintendo Switch 2. And I don't care. I just don't care. It's so weird. I mean, it's not that weird, though, because, frankly, video games have been declining in a number of ways. For instance, I bought a PS5. I still have no reason why I have it. The only reason I have it, there's few exclusive games on it. I know why I have the Switch, and there's reasons I like the Switch, is that it's, honestly, part of why I like the Switch is it's affordable. You know, you can usually get decent Switch games, $20-30 when they're on sale, which brings us to the Switch 2. We're going to talk about the pricing. So, Nintendo Switch 2, first-party games, all going to be $70 or $80. And this is kind of crazy to me. This is crazy in a number of ways. Now, obviously, inflation has happened, and obviously there's a lot going on in the market, but when inflation goes on, people have less money to spend. So how are you going to convince people to spend up to $80 on some of these games? Now, there's going to be some exceptions that almost makes sense to me. Mario Kart for $80. I go, look, some people, they buy the Nintendo Switch, and the only thing they end up buying is Mario stuff, okay? And I know people, this is what Mario Kart's been out for, I don't know, 6-7 years now. They're still playing it. Every weekend they play with their family. I can understand going, Mario Kart is so beloved, and obviously there will be sales around the holidays or whatever else, but Mario Kart is the kind of game that you can get so much traction out of. Good pun. $80, okay, I get it. That's a sell you can make to a family, I think. But anything else, I mean, if we're talking about what? So Donkey Kong Bonanza for $70? That's going to be a way harder sell. The new Donkey Kong game looks fun. But if I got a kid and he's like, I want to play Donkey Kong, I'm going to go, well, let's just get the $20 Donkey Kong. You know, there's already 3D Donkey Kong games. You can play the original Switch games on the Switch too. Like, what kid really fucking loves Donkey Kong so much they need the $70 brand new Donkey Kong? Zelda, sure, slam dunk. I think Zelda you can get 70. Okay, here's what I would say. $80 for a game you're going to play for the rest of your life, I get it. Same thing for Grand Theft Auto. They're talking about the new Grand Theft Auto might be $100. Well, the people who buy that game, they just play that game for a full year, if not more. Same with something like Madden. So I can understand going $80, $90, maybe even $100, because there's some people, that's the only game they play. But I would say most games are not a game that is meant to last you for years and years and years. You're supposed to play it, beat it, and you're done. Sadly, for some reason, the game industry has been moving in the opposite direction, and they think, no, every game needs to be a AAA disaster. A lot of these games are losing money like crazy. I think the new Assassin's Creed is going to bankrupt Ubisoft, because, again, they go, oh, every game has to be a AAA game that you play for 100 hours. Guys, I don't want to be macabre. We're all getting older, okay? I have enough time on this earth to experience a singular number of experiences. And for 100-hour video games, there's very few of them that I want to commit my life to, you know, and be like, oh, I'm so glad I invested 100 hours into that game. Honestly, I look at games that I've invested hundreds of hours into, and I go, what a waste of a life. That was a waste of time. I would much rather have smaller, simple games for a cheaper price. And that's what I end up buying. I end up buying cheaper games. So here's the argument I'm going to make. Is I think the age of video game consoles is coming to an end. Okay? The next generation, why would you not just get a PC and play these games anyway? And also, the bigger problem is that we live in an era where there used to be a very obvious jump, okay? If you look at the difference between the Atari and the NES, you could see, okay, well, the NES is clearly better. Okay, from the NES to the Super Nintendo, you went, okay, Super Nintendo is clearly better. And then Super Nintendo to the PlayStation, you went, oh my God, it's in 3D. Those jumps are not happening anymore. Okay, the technology, and they're trying. It's what they did with TVs. Remember with TVs? Used to be at a shitty black and white TV. Then they sold you a color TV. Then they sold you a bigger color TV. Then they sold you a projection color TV. Then we had plasma screens and LCD. And then it got to the point where the TV manufacturers couldn't sell you a new TV anymore because the TV you had was already good. They said, well, these TVs have 3D. And everyone said, what do I do with that? And they go, you watch 3D movies, you got to get a 3D TV. Nobody bought a 3D TV. And that's why TVs now have gone from a prestige status object that you go, well, we got to spend $800 on the new TV or whatever, to you just buy one off the shelf at Walmart for $200. It's good enough for most people. If you're a gamer, maybe you're looking at something a little nicer with a better refresh rate. But I'd say most of this country just buys whatever TV's on sale at Walmart or Best Buy. That's where we're going to end up with video games. There's not enough of a jump. Okay, I look at the new Mario Kart and I go, well, that's good, but it kind of looks like the last Mario Kart. Maybe the graphics are a little nicer. Maybe there's some new features. But I'm going to buy a $450 new console and an $80. I'm going to be almost $600 in the hole, especially if I got to get more controllers for this thing. When I could just play the Mario Kart I already got, which is pretty fucking good. I mean, yeah, I get if I'm really into Mario Kart, I want the new one. Here, look at this. Here's Steam, okay? Here's how, I don't know what the video game industry is going to do. Okay, how do you convince me to spend, stop popping up these thumbnails. How do you convince me to spend $80 in a new Mario game when I can go get Red Dead Redemption 2 for $15? Okay, and again, yes, if you've already played Red Dead Redemption 2, sure, you don't want to play it. But if you haven't played it, this game's going to be on par with any new $80 game. It's a AAA Rockstar adventure. If you haven't played it yet, or Skyrim. There's so many games. We are drowning in media right now. There's so much stuff. Did you play Devil May Cry 4? Excellent game. It's $7.50. We're reaching... It's a two-tier problem. One is there's a glut of media. There's so many movies, so many TV shows, so much free shit. Your Netflix account is full of shit you'll never watch. Your fucking Steam account is full of games you bought that you'll never have time for. We're drowning in media. That's problem one. Problem two is there's no jump. There's no discernible jump. There's no difference. Okay? Me playing Red Dead Redemption right now is not going to be any different than me playing Red Dead Redemption 5 years ago. I'm not going to go, oh, what an old game. Oh, it feels so dated. This came out in 2019. Still feels like a brand new game. If you put this on, if you told me this was a brand new game, I wouldn't know the difference. It's a huge, sprawling adventure. All this stuff. Okay? There's no jump. It's not like, oh, what are you playing that old game for? It's like, no, it's just as good as anything coming out now. Here's the second problem. Second problem is the games, and I don't understand this at all. One of the only reasons I like the Switch. So I have the PS5, I have the Switch. And if I have the choice to buy a game, I buy it on the Switch. Why? Because it comes on a cartridge. It comes on a cartridge that I can plug into the machine and I can play the game. Okay, the data's on the cartridge. I don't have to link up to the internet. I don't got to worry if my internet's out. I don't got to download anything on the console. Maybe an update, but it'll usually run without the update. I like the Switch because it's the only reason I liked game consoles was taking a cartridge, okay, or putting a disc in, and it would run immediately. I didn't have to immediately. If I want to download shit, I'll go on the internet, and I'll play games on my computer. Now we got the game key card. Now, I don't... so there have been Switch games. I actually bought one by accident once. For some reason, I thought I would stream the Wolfenstein game starring the two girls. And I open it up and it goes, oh, there's no cartridge in this case. There's a download code. And I went, they got me. You swindled me. So this is slightly better than a download code because a download code, it's a one-time use. This is a game key card. So if you have the cartridge, and I guess it'll be on, are all the cartridges red or just the game key cards? I don't know. If you have this cartridge, you can go on the internet and download it and play it. If that cartridge isn't in there, you can't play the game. So it basically unlocks a download. It's better than a piece of paper with a note on it, but again, it's still not something I would ever want. I'm a guy, if I have a game console, I want physical media. That's the only reason I have a game console. Otherwise, I'll play PC games. But what doesn't make sense is people go, well, you know, games are bigger now, you know, so this will only be for like really big games like Elden Ring. Keeping in mind, there are, you know, terabyte SD cards that they could fit this thing on. So I don't know why you couldn't put Elden Ring on one of these, but sure, let's go with that argument. The games are too big. But here we got Bravely Default. This was a 3DS game. The 3DS cartridges, little cartridges. I don't think there was a lot of room on those 3DS cartridges. How big is a 3DS cartridge? I actually want to know. 3DS cart size. Up to 8. This was a game that fit on 8 gigabytes. An 8 gigabyte cartridge. Excuse me. And they're telling me, well, now it's a game key card. Now you buy it, and you don't even get anything on the cartridge. You just get you put it in, and then you get to download it. I know you HD remastered it, but did you HD remaster an additional 500 gigs of content? I doubt it. I think you're just trying to rip me off because you don't want to actually get a real card. I assume it costs an extra $2 to put the game data on the cartridge, Square Enix. So, again, I want to say there's like a part of me that's like, oh, cool, a new Nintendo console. But I got $80 games that ain't even got the fucking game on there. So what's the point? Why would I care? What does that do for me? Nothing. It does nothing for me. I think this is going to be, here's what I put out on Twitter. I said, I think Nintendo knows that the way of the game console is going away. A lot of kids just play games on their iPad, on their phone. And we're also seeing a new wave with the Steam Deck and others where you can just get it like a portable little handheld PC. I got a bunch of these little portable things that I can put all sorts of games on, okay? And they'll run, I got one that runs like Dreamcast games, runs N64 on this little portable thing I paid $100 for. So I think, I don't know, but I think Nintendo knows, listen, game consoles, they're cute, they're fun. Yes, you know, it's a premier little device to take with you, and they'll probably keep making it. But I think the trajectory of the game console, we've seen Xbox is like out of the game. Nobody's buying Xbox. PlayStation's on a decline. I think we're moving away from game consoles. I think Nintendo is going to become an entertainment brand. You saw that Mario movie made $1 billion. You see that Universal theme parks making big money. Nintendo is pivoting to become Disney. And I don't think it's a bad idea. I think the games will still be their bread and butter. We got a Zelda movie coming. I think the movies are where they want to be. The movies, that we'll see some Nintendo TV shows, I'm sure. More theme park stuff. More, I don't know, pop-ups. You'll have a Mario restaurant in downtown Little Italy. Who cares? Because I think, honestly, the way of the game console, and they'll still sell the games, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start another generation from now. Yeah, you'll see like the Nintendo PC Game Pass. I mean, look at Sony. They've already cannibalized all their franchises. Every PlayStation franchise is now on Steam. You can get the Spider-Man, you can get God of War. I think that's going to be what it is for everybody. I think we're getting away from game consoles. This might be their last hurrah. Well, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Are you going to get yourself a Switch 2? And if you're not going to get yourself a Switch 2 and you got a lot of extra money burning a hole in your pocket, why not go to whatnot.com/invite/video comedy? Because I got a bunch of stuff I got to sell, guys. You need to come buy my crap. Please get your free $15 just for signing up. And then you can buy my video games, buy my magic cards. I'm trying to organize all this stuff so I can actually get rid of it. But right now, I've been selling magic cards on there. My store is full of fun crap. We got some Pokemon cards as well. I'll say this. Somebody signed up today. They got their free $15. They stopped by my store, and they just bought 2 packs of Pokemon. They got 2 free packs of Pokemon cards just for signing up. Okay, they just came by my store. They bought 3 packs of Stellar Crown for free because you get a free $15 for signing up. Free money. So come on by my Whatnot store. Let me know what you think about the Switch. And glad to see you guys again. Hope everybody's doing well. How's that Snow White movie doing? I was gonna review it, but I was like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't know.